To be the man, you gotta beat the man. What I tell you? Wolves in 5. Wolves in 5. There's no other way to describe it. Just Wolves in 5. And Laker fans, we own you. Now we move on to the second round of the playoffs. So honestly, I gotta say is, well done, Minnesota Timberwolves. And I really think we all Julius Randle an apology for ever downing him. Sorry, man. And to Anthony Edwards, you are the GOAT. Anyways, for today's video, I'm gonna give you all 10 sports teams I'm actually really kind of cool with. Which means, in case you don't know what that means, it means I'm fine with them. I am totally cool with them. I don't hate them, I'm cool with them. So yeah, let's give you all my top 10 teams I'm actually really cool with. First team we got up here that I'm actually cool with are the Los Angeles Kings. Yes. This has nothing to do with the fact that they're from Los Angeles, the fact that they're the Kings. But the only reason I've been a fan of them is because of their uniforms. Their uniforms are legit. But with these new ones and this new logo, I actually think they're really, really cool. Reminds me of those ones back from the 90s when they had Wayne Gretzky. Yeah. So, yeah, and they also did win 2 Stanley Cups, which is good for them. And I never really had a problem with them, especially when they played the Wild. So, yeah, I'm actually really cool with them. Next team we have are the Anaheim Ducks. Yes, okay. They're named after the movie The Mighty Ducks. But, in case y'all don't know this, The Mighty Ducks was actually filmed in Minneapolis, Minnesota. So that's why I'm actually kind of cool with them. Because they filmed the movie in Minnesota. I actually really kind of like their uniforms. But these ones, not very good. Like, I don't think they're that great as their old ones. Excuse me. So, yeah. It sure is based off a Disney movie, but I had to be cool with them because that movie took place in my hometown, Minnesota. Next up, we have the Houston Texans. Yeah, sure. They were founded in 2002. It was after the Houston Oilers left and Houston didn't have a football team until the Texans came. The 2000s were rough for the Texans until Matt Schaub came around and turned the franchise around and made them to the playoffs in 2011 and 12. Then came those times when they made the playoffs in 2015 and 16 with multiple quarterbacks. Well, unless your name is Brock Osweiler. Then they had Deshaun Watson until he fell out of favor, and now they have CJ Stroud. And so far, Stroud's been a star so far, and I hope he can obviously give the Texans to the AFC Championship game and hopefully make it to a Super Bowl soon because they're the only Texas team who hasn't won a Super Bowl. A championship for the state of Texas. Next up on my list, give me the Toronto Blue Jays. Yes, okay, the reason I'm actually really kind of cool with them is that they're the only baseball team in Canada. Sure, the Montreal Expos used to play there, but they relocated to Washington, D.C. in 2005. So it's now the Toronto Blue Jays now. They did win the World Series in 1992 and 1993. They missed the playoffs every year from 1994 to 2014. Now, I actually really love Jose Bautista back in the days, especially when they had Josh Donaldson, Evan Encarnacion, and David Price. But now they have Vladimir Guerrero Jr., and I actually am a huge fan of him. So the only reason I'm really cool with them is that this is the only baseball team in Canada. So that's the reason why I'm cool with them. Next up, we have the Ottawa Senators. Yes, we have another hockey team again, but don't worry. This probably might be the last hockey team, I think, on this list. The Senators actually reached the 2007 Stanley Cup Finals, but they lost to the Anaheim Ducks. They were somehow good in 2010s until their owner Eugene Melnyk kind of like screwed them a bit, until he passed away recently, a couple years ago. So now they have new owners, and somehow they actually made the playoffs again. So good for you, Senators. Also, their arena was one of the worst in all sports, but hopefully they're gonna get a new one. So I think the only reason I don't know why I'm cool with them, I just think like because I think I obviously know somebody who's a fan of them. And I never really had a problem with them. I never really had any issues with them. Other than the fact they've been like dysfunctional for years, but now they ended their playoff drought. So that's the only reason I'm thinking I'm actually really cool with them on this list. Next up, we have the Seattle Mariners. The Mariners first came into the existence in the 1970s. And boy, oh boy, do you remember those days when they had Ken Griffey Jr., Alex Rodriguez, and Randy Johnson? Those days were fun. However, in the early 2000s, their last playoff appearance was in 2001, and they missed the playoffs every year from 2002 to 2021. But now they ended their 22-year playoff drought. But I really like to see them again make the playoffs again, because they deserve to make it more and more and more, and even win a championship, because we obviously just know how sad it is obviously being in Seattle, because the Seahawks are the only team in Seattle that has won a championship, unless you're the Supersonics, but they're not even there anymore. So hopefully Seattle can get a basketball team back. And yeah, the reason I'm actually really cool with them is because they just haven't made the playoffs that long ago until now. But I'm actually really kind of wishing and hoping to see that they can make it this year. Next up, we have are the New Jersey Devils. Yeah, I can obviously say is that this is the only team from New Jersey. Yes, well, the New Jersey Nets used to play there, but they moved to Brooklyn. So yeah, the only reason I'm actually kind of cool with them is because I like the team name, I like their uniforms. I don't really have a favorite player though, but that's okay. And the only reason I'm actually really cool with them is because this is the only team in New Jersey. Yeah, moving on. Unless you were the Giants and Jets, obviously playing in New Jersey. So yeah, moving on. Next up, we have the Texas Rangers. Yeah, I really don't even have a huge problem with them at all. I think it's because they won the World Series back in 2023, like almost 2 years ago. And I was actually kind of rooting for them back in that World Series. Because the Rangers back in the early 2010s, they made the World Series in 2010 and 11, but lost both of them. Then they wouldn't win another playoff series again until 2023. I mean, they had some playoff appearances, but they were all eliminations by the Toronto Blue Jays. But for Rangers fans, you gotta be happy you won a championship though, because the Houston Astros are cheaters though. And I actually really am kind of cool with them is because they recently won the World Series, and I actually like the team name though. I really do. So, yeah. Moving along. Next up on our list, give me the Las Vegas Raiders. Yes, they used to play in Oakland and Los Angeles before moving back to Oakland and now playing in Vegas. But for some of you don't know, they have 3 Super Bowls, which is great. But other than that, it's been really sad for Raiders fans though, and I'm really sorry for them. The only reason I'm cool with them is because they just, the silver and black is just one of the most biggest fan bases in all sports, even when the team has just been like decimated for years. They've only made the playoffs so far twice since 2002 and haven't won a single playoff game since 2002. I just feel really bad for you guys though. That's the only reason I'm kind of cool with you, is because I just really want to see you guys just win again. hopefully head coach Pete Carroll can turn you guys around. So yeah, that's the only reason I'm sort of cool with you guys and the Raiders fans. Well, basically because their uniforms and their colors are actually really cool. And they just haven't been winning that much, so yeah, moving along. And number 1, the Arizona Diamondbacks. Yeah, okay. This is the only Arizona team that's won a championship back in 2001. Which, actually, 2001 was like almost 25 years ago. And they've actually have some good playoff years. And they did reach the World Series in 2023, but lost to the Rangers. And the only reason I'm actually cool with them is because I didn't really had a problem with the Diamondbacks. I never hated them. I never had a problem. Especially when the Twins have played them, they obviously kind of been like playing hard against them. So that's the only reason I'm sort of cool with them on this list. And I always did like their uniforms, but it's not as great as the Diamondbacks' early days. But this is the only team that's won a championship so far, Arizona. Yeah. And I did like Paul Goldschmidt. I also do like Ketel Marte and Corbin Carroll, who are one of the best players on the Diamondbacks so far. And they did reach the World Series in 2003, so yeah. This is the team I'm actually really cool with on this list because they actually did make it to the World Series in 2023. And that is my top 10 list. And that's all I was going to do for this video, everybody. Hope you all have a good day today. And yeah, and let's say, what was in 5, baby? And also, huge congrats to Alexander Ovechkin for passing Wayne Gretzky's record. And also to Paige Becker as well. Huge congrats to her, the hometown girl. But as always, I will see you on the next video. I'll get this edited so you can watch this on time. And see you all in the next video. Go Wolves, baby.